Hello everyone, this video will be showing my ultimate pirate ship craft that I have created. This video will just be covering what the ship can and can't do. Essentially, I just basically walk you through the essentials of what the ship is, and overall explain a little bit in detail and cover lightly in certain areas and aspects of what I did with the ship and inspiration of the ship. If you do want a thorough video of the tools that I used and other aspects or whatever interests you, please again leave a comment. And I'll say this many times in the video as well, if you do want me to make a crafting series of me building a secondary boat, please leave a comment in the description below and hit the like button. This video will be on YouTube, and just basically just start commenting away, and I'll just see where this goes. If I start building a community, and if people start, just seeing what my ship can do, and when my ship starts making waves, hey, I'll just show you what I can do with my crafting, and then overall just be part of the group. And again, this ship is fully playable, and it is meant for D&D and any kind of role-playing game, or I should say tabletop game. And overall, yeah, and I hope you enjoy the video. So in this past year, I took upon myself to go for an ultimate task, or I should say an ultimate crafting goal of mine. So I decided to give myself a massive stressful headache upon many other things going on in my life right now. But furthermore, let's take a look over here, shall we? Would you look at that? Big ass ship.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones. The seas be ours, and by the powers where we will we roam. Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
I have decided to make a really big, giant, playable D&D ship. So each level of the ship is completely playable. I have this basically as a sandwich, and in editing, right now you should be able to see the pictures, or I should say the little videos of the sweeping motion that I have for the ship. And as you can see in very detail, it looks like a solid piece, and it looks like it can float, but unfortunately it cannot float. I mean, yeah, no, shame on me. So, furthermore, I will show you the deconstruction of my ship, and we will go from there. So, in my deconstruction of my ship, I will show you, if you got two big tables, and yes, since my boat is really massively big, it's basically a little impractical for D&D games, I will say so myself. But if you do have a really big table and then a secondary table for miscellaneous sales and whatnot, it will be a lot more easier. However, if you just have a random box next to you, you can fill all the stuff in. So let's begin the deconstruction. And everything is magnetized, so do not worry. Like that. So as I am deconstructing this, I got my inspiration from this ship from the, you'll see probably from here and here, I'll have pictures of the Black Pearl and the HMS Victory. I believe that's what the ship's called. It's basically the English ship, your Royal Majesty ship. I took a lot of inspiration from the Royal Majesty ship internally and the canon-wise. But visually, I took from the Black Pearl, as you can probably see. It's like, oh yeah, I can see where you got the Black Pearl ideology from. And if you're wondering what the name of this ship is called, well, it's the SS Great White. And for that, so I'm outside, so I'm kind of freezing to death here a bit, but hey, what you gotta do for the content. Oh yeah. But I will say the top hat keeps you nice and hot, nice and warm. So, and again, as I said, everything is magnetized, so it just clips right into place, and it's very, very satisfying. But for like a good intro for your ship and whatnot, you're like, whoa, and whatnot. Hey. And again, this is my first ever ship, so there's a lot of imperfections in this ship, so therefore it's basically a prototype. However, if you guys want me to do a kind of, what's the word I'm trying to say, build another ship and basically have weekly videos or whatnot, please leave a link into this, not a link, leave a comment in the comment section below and say, yes, I would love to see it. No, I would hate to see it, or whatever, and I'll go from there. This is my first time presenting my stuff, and I want to see where it goes. There's a lot of things to keep track of, but it's actually fairly simple to do. So, we are now done assembling it. Now this is the playable section for your campaign, gaming, or anything else you want to do with your boat. Hello there. Okay, so with the ship basically in its playable state, I want to take just a quick minute to say that the ship that you see before you is all hand built by me, except for the 3D prints. The 3D prints is basically the motors, which I have not finished painting yet, so it's kind of a grayish tone. So that I have not created. The anchors I have not created, and then the cannons that you see before you are not created by me. So basically all the fine, intricate details, such as the angel, the little females right here, and then the decorative pieces here, is not me. And this front piece here, the Valkyrie that I created, was from Hero Forge. I'll have a link right on the bottom of the screen there of where you can create these. All I did was just took that creation, downloaded the STL file, and enlarged it and put it in the front of the boat. A lot of these things I got off of Thingiverse and Etsy. I do not know all the names of these 3D creators. I try to do my best to find them. If you don't see any names or anything, that means my research was terrible. Yeah. So overall, let me go through the walking part of taking everything apart. So for right now, I will take off the top of the ship. So we will take off the captain's quarters. And here, so here, as you can see, everything is still work in progress, but as you can see, you can play inside at the captain's quarters, and so on and so forth. And again, everything just slides into place. Fairly nice. And the floor, this is completely magnetized, and you can just plop it in. This right here is the window. Slide it in so you can look down. Basically, I like to have multiple ways of getting into certain areas, trying to make it realistic as possible. And again, I did a lot of research in boats, so therefore I could keep it somewhat realistic, but also a little fantasy-wise. In the front section, we have the anchors, and yes, the anchors, I've created this little turning mechanism where you can actually lower and raise the anchor fairly coolly. I need to work on the tightening mechanism and the lowering mechanism a bit, but in the secondary ship, if you guys want me to build a secondary ship, I will fine-tune that a bit more. Right here is the grating, so basically to load and lower the boat. So then there are 4. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and so I have grading for each individual layer. And last but not least, before I start taking it apart, is the sides do come off, so you can see inside the boat. And so for like this one I needed to work. There you go. You can see inside the ship. And then same with this secondary layer. You can actually see inside the ship. I'll set these layers here so you can see a good inside. So again, I'll just show you this right here. And again, this boat is not completely done yet, as you can see with the underbelly. It's still pink and white, so therefore this boat is still work in progress. But again, this helps if you have 2 tables. So there's the first layer, then here's the secondary layer. Kind of a tight squeeze, but it's actually fairly roomy. And then of course, as you take this layer off, you might need 3 tables, but if you just basically take it apart in a strategic way, you won't get blindsided. Wait. And then last but not least is the underbelly of the boat, basically the storage level. Under the storage level, voila. And then I also, just for fun, and then these are the other things too that I thought of while building this ship. Wonderful sound, isn't it? So what I did is that I cut the boat off at a specific level so that when you're playing it on the table, it looks like it's in the water. So let me take this away very quickly. Oh yeah. Now, right now, as you can see, the ship looks like that it's in the water, and you can be able to play it a lot more apropos. And again, this ship took some time to build, and I'll have some videos right here, just little blips, and then little pictures here and there of my basically trial and error. But yeah, this ship in general was a mostly trial and error ship. And again, this is just a prototype ship, and this is 90% complete. I still have a little bit of fine-tuning and painting here and there, but overall, just wanted to show you my wonderful absence of where I was for the last 8 to 9 months. Don't worry, my drawings will come back shortly, though we're a little bit on a hiatus, but overall, just wanted to show you my crafting and other avenues of artsy-fartsy stuff that I'm currently doing now. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope that this video was insightful, and I hope that you get encouraged to start crafting yourself. I do recommend crafting. I know it's not for everybody. However, just do something small at first, like build tables, build a chair, or just start building the ship if you want. Overall, yeah. And again, if you guys do want me to start a crafting series on to building another boat like this, please start leaving comments or likes. If I get, well, since I'm new and since this is my first video ever on YouTube, like if I get 50 likes or something like that, or whatever, even if I get 10, if I get like 10 people following and want to see it, then so be it. I will do it. If I get nothing and this video's dead, then yeah, that's probably my only YouTube video then. Overall, yeah, just again, here's probably some videos and footage and pictures of the ship that you see. And yeah, if you guys want me to do a tutorial or just basically, how do I put this, a learning experience or a learning adventure to build this secondary ship, then so be it, and it'll be a learning curve. and my videos will be honest and truthful. Well, what I'll mean is that the video will be it'll show the hiccups and the ups and downs. I don't know what kind of problems I will run into in the second ship I will build, but overall it'll be a learning experience for the both of us. And there's been some cases such as this ship that I have ran into. For example, when I was building this ship, and actually I took this ship onto a campaign, um, I accidentally had where the ship landed in the back and actually cracked and broke one of my ladies back here, and it made it broken. So therefore, it frustrated me, and I'm like, damn it. And then there's been a couple other things that I've ran into, such as the netting. The netting has been kind of not cooperating with me, and then therefore, and especially when now that the paint has dried, it's made it all wibbly wobbly, and it has not made it completely straight. And again, there's been some hiccups here and there, like the netting took me a good amount of time to figure out how to get the netting effect working. I know some people are going to say, why didn't you just get an algorithm, not an algorithm, but a web 3D crafting center and then 3D printed your own netting? Yeah, I could have done that, but with the tools and things that I had available to me, I'm very limited in what I'm able to do. For example, just with this, I just have my phone and just a phone stand, and I'm just currently making my own YouTube video. So you have to work with what you got, and right now I got very limited tools, but as a crafter, I will make do with what I got, and I will make gold with it. So again, it didn't have all the expensive equipment. I just had time, patience, and just used whatever I had around me. For example, there's a correct term for it, but basically the posts that hold the sails are PVC pipe that I found in the back of my property, and they were massively weathered, and I just took them up, cut them to size, sanded them down, painted them, and boom. So you have to use what is around you, and each person's going to be different crafting in each different situation. So like, for example, the mast, I could have easily went to Loot Studios and grabbed a front of the ship thing due to their pirate ship events, but I wanted something a little bit more craftable and a little bit more unique, and so therefore I created that. So again, I hope you took enjoyment of my video and of my ship, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was somewhat entertaining and also like a wow. Again, this is all built by me. I had no fancy equipment or whatnot. I actually have a picture right here of what I mostly used to create this. Again, most of this ship was created out of pink styrofoam and and also the white styrofoam boards from the Dollar Tree. And I should say it's a $1.25 tree now. And mostly that's what I did. So basically this stuff right here, I just bent with a hot gun and did it. Again, I would have this inside and show you what I did, but unfortunately I'm kind of cramped where I'm at, and the ship takes up a lot of space, so I have to disassemble it. So right now I just use this background, make it look more rustic. But yeah. And again, this ship was very intricate, very detailed, took a lot of time. There was a lot of things that I ran into problems, ran into hiccups, had to totally take apart some things, put them back together. But overall, just like with anything and everything, if you stick with it and you just slowly start adding bit by bit, it'll start coming together, and it'll look awesome and fantastic. So yeah. Again, this ship took me a good 3 months to 4 months to build. Planning it out and thinking about it took a good, like me being absent for a while. However, with school, work, and other aspects of life, if you just spend like a good 10 to 30 minutes here and there, mostly sometimes when I felt like really crafting, when I come back from work, I would spend an hour on this just to relax a bit, just meditate out and just work on this. So just like with anything, if you put your mind to it and just don't dive all the way into it, just do a little bit by little bit, and then at the end, which I'm not there yet, it'll be fantastic. So yeah, I hope this video was insightful, interesting, and if you do want a a crafting series of me building another ship. I could build another ship that's a lot more smaller than this one, basically like a piratey version of it. Please leave a link or comment below. And oh, why is that there? That cannon has abandoned its post. Bastard cannon. There you go. Oh, it goes over there. All right. Well, this cannon will be the oddball. It'll be like, I'm just going to stand right there. Anyway. So, yeah.